Right then, everyone. I'm going to do a bit of a mini sort of series, and I'm going to go through, because I've just done the Devon Exit review I finished last week. I'm going to go through some, because I went through the Golesworthy Cup and the Grandison Cup and the Morrison Bell Cup history alongside doing the Devon and Exeter leagues. So I'm going to go back and look at some of the teams that have folded, like in the last however many years, 100 years, I guess. Going to go back and look through and see some of the teams who folded, who used to play in the Golesworthy Morrison Bells. So we're going to start off with the Golesworthy, and we're going to do the Golesworthy in a couple parts, then do the Grandison, then go and do the Morrison Bells last. So anyway, so we've got Payhembury. They won the Golesworthy Cup in 1922 against Scott Rovers. That's another team who aren't around anymore. So Rock Beer won the Golesworthy Cup in 1926 versus Sidmouth Town. Of course, Sidmouth Town have gone up and up and up since then, haven't they? So Anyway, Woodbury Argyle, runners-up in 1927 versus Sidmouth Town. Then they won the Golesworthy in 1926 versus Bodley Salterton. In 1929 versus Ottery St Mary, and in 1930 versus Newton Popperford. Then you got Clisshiden. They won the Golesworthy Cup in 1931 versus Ottery St Mary. And then we got Newton Popperford. They won the Golesworthy Cup in 1933 versus Woodbury. In 1934 versus Ottery St Mary. In 1952 versus Sidbury United. 1949 versus Woodbury Argyle. In 1964 versus Fennerton. So Newton Popperford won the Golesworthy Cup 5 times in about 20 years. So that's pretty decent. I might have the maths wrong there, but you got Broadhembury. They won the Golesworthy Cup in 1936 versus Newton Popperford. In 1937 versus East Budleigh. In 1939 versus Ottery St Mary. Then you got Gittersham United. They won the Golesworthy Cup in 1950 versus Sidbury United. And then we got Sidbury United. Won the Golesworthy Cup in 1960 versus Kentisbeer. And in 1990 versus Offwell and Woodworthy Rangers. And then, Sidbury are actually probably one of the teams who were around until I don't know how many years ago, but they're probably one of the more recent teams to... I don't know, maybe not. I'm not sure, but, it's sad to see teams fold, but, of course, Sidmouth Thirds play at Sidbury's ground now, but, yeah. And then got Exmouth Amateurs. Won it in 1962 versus Woolland Rovers. It's so strange to see teams like Woolland Rovers down in the Devon and Exeter League, because of course they're up in the Southern League Division 1 now. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for part 1. So anyway, nice bit of research. So anyway, proper job.